I'm calling this video The Science of Success. And the reason why I'm calling it The Science of Success is because when you really understand that success is a science, you now have a blueprint for a duplicatable process or formula in order to have more success. Now, this is like common sense when you really break it down, because first and foremost, you got to ask yourself, what is success for me? Now, I know I used to say this as well. I used to say that success is different for everybody. But really, it's not. Really, success is the same for everybody. Now, what we end up receiving and calling success is different for everybody, but success itself is essentially the same for everybody. Because if you look at it like this, you got success and then you got failure, right? And let's just say success is us getting an end result that we want. And then failure is us getting an end result that we don't want. You ever thought about it like that? Success is us having an end result that we want. Failure is us having an end result that we don't want. And in that slight shift of perspective, it automatically clarifies success. Because at the end of the day, you either have what you want or you have what you don't want. In all areas. Health, wealth, relationships. And then I'll also say spirituality, which can also be under the category of relationships. But you either have what you want or what you don't want. Now, when I said earlier that success is basically the end result of us having what we want, and failure is the end result of us having what we don't want, there is a science in that, and that science, understanding the science, automatically makes you more successful. It's like a riddle. And the riddle is the end result. So the end, if you think about that word end result, it means finished result. The finished result. So automatically, if I make up my mind that I'm never finished, I'm always successful. Because it takes me back to Earl Nightingale saying that success is the constant realization of a worthy goal. The constant, which means that there is no end. So if I'm at the constant realization of a worthy goal, I'm successful. As long as I'm in pursuit of success, I am in that sense successful. As long as you are in the pursuit of success, you are successful. If you make up your mind that you failed means I'm done, I'm not going to try again. It's the only reason you're a failure. So by that slight shift in perspective, by reframing the definition of success and the definition of failure, some people who think they are failures end up realizing that they're not failures if they're constantly going for what they really want. You're not a failure. It's impossible to be a failure because failing means there is no more time. You've given up. You're done. It's over. Success, I'm still going at it. It's not over. I'm successful. As long as I'm waking up every single day going for what I want, as long as you are waking up every single day going for what you want, you are in that sense successful. The only people that are not successful are individuals that are living a life they don't want to live. Now, if what you perceive to be successful is over here and what you perceive to be failing is over here, if you are living your life in direction of this, you're successful. Well, if you're living your life in direction of that, by definition, you are a failure. So understanding that shift, it's a science, it's a shift in mental science, a mental shift in perception. Automatically, you find yourself feeling more successful than you were before you had that realization. So all you have to do is make up your mind that, hey, when I wake up tomorrow, I already know what I want. When I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to give myself permission to go for it. Woo. When I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to give myself permission to move in harmony with what I perceive to be success. Success doesn't mean a bigger house. Success doesn't mean a bigger car. It doesn't mean more money. Unless you want a bigger house, you want a bigger car, you want more money. But success is whatever you perceive to be what you want and you giving yourself permission to move in harmony with it. See, that's why an individual that has millions of dollars can still feel like a failure if they don't have another vision of what they want. If they don't feel like they're moving in harmony with a reality that inspires them. I'm going to put inspiration and success in the same corner. I'm going to put failure and misery in the same corner, or laziness, or depression in the same corner. So as long as you have not thrown in the towel, and as long as you have a vision of what you really want, you're not a failure. You are not a failure. I'm here to tell you that. You are not a failure. You are not a loser. Now, if you have settled for an end result that you don't want, you may feel like a failure. But understanding that you can now decide to have something else and work towards that thing automatically makes you feel more like a winner. It makes you feel more successful. This is why I tell people all the time, you can feel more successful without $1 in your pocket. Without a penny to your name, you could be successful. As long as you are moving towards a reality that you want to experience, you are successful. Think about it. Think about that. I want you to really think about that. So if you're going through a hard time right now, perhaps you are going through a hard time because you don't have a clear vision of a reality that you want to live. And if you do have a clear vision of a reality that you want to live, perhaps you are going through a hard time because you haven't consciously giving yourself permission that you can have it. You can have it. You can be successful right now. You can be more successful right now. Right now. When you make up your mind that, hey, this job I have right now, stepping stone. I'm going for this. The house I have right now, stepping stone. I'm grateful for it, but really I'm going for this. The car that I got right now, I love the car that I have right now. Stepping stone, though. I'm going for this. The relationship I have right now, while I'm grateful, is not the one that I really want. I'm going for this. You got to give yourself permission to have that reality that you really want to have. Give yourself permission to have those experiences you really want to have. I'm not talking about the ones that you think you deserve, or the ones that you think that other people want you to have. No. Take your great-great-grandma out the picture. Take your sister out the picture. Take your mother out the picture. Take your brother out the picture. Your neighbors out the picture. Take your children out the picture. Your husband, your wife. Put all those people in a pot and sit them to the side for a second, and then ask yourself, hey, what do I really want for myself? What do I really want for me? What do I really want? Oh, Robbie, that's selfish. I can't ask for what I really want because all these other people are more important than me. So it's selfish for me to ask myself what I really want when I have, I got to think about my mother, got to think about my grandmother, got to think about my kids, got to think about my wife, got to think about my husband, got to think about all of these other people, Robbie. They're all relying on me, and I can't dare go for what I really want when all these people are, counting on me to play this role that I'm playing in their life. Hey, let me tell you something. That's an excuse. That's called an excuse. That's called an excuse. That's called living inside the institution of obligation. Hey, you're a person too. You got to be happy too. You got to be happy too now. I understand you got all these other people, but you have to be happy too. You got to be happy too. You are a person too. Your feelings matter too. Sometimes you got to stop putting everybody else above you. Sometimes you got to, hey. Sometimes you just got to put yourself above everybody else. Ooh, Robbie, that's selfish. You bet your bottom dollar that's selfish. You bet your bottom dollar that's selfish. You bet your bottom dollar that's selfish. Exactly. I'm encouraging you to be more selfish. Not stingy, selfish. You are a person too. Stop abandoning yourself trying to please all these other people. You're trying to please all these other people. You're leaving yourself out of the equation. You think Grandmama is more important than you. Get clear. Ask yourself, what do I really want for myself? What do I really want? If I could have the thing I really wanted to have, what would I go for? Robbie, what if that hurts people's feelings? You're going to have to hurt people's feelings sometimes if you're really going to go for what you really want for yourself. Robbie, what about what God wants for me? You are God. Oh, Robbie, that's dangerous. You can't say that. You can't say that, Robbie. I'm not God. You're little God. Okay? Is not a cup of water scooped from the ocean also the ocean? You are a cup of God. You are a cup of the universe. So what you want is what God wants. Oh, Robbie, last time I did that, I made some bad mistakes. Because you wasn't listening to God. You wasn't listening to your real self. You wasn't listening to the call of your own soul. You got to learn to trust yourself. Oh, Robbie, I can't do that. I don't trust myself. I trust God. Well, when you trust God, you trust yourself. What do you mean by that? You got to trust yourself in order for you to let down your guard in order to trust God. How many more excuses you got? Oh, what's that? What's going on now? Oh, you still arguing for your limitation. You still arguing for your limitations. That's what it is. No, you're not a failure. You're just not confident. And that's why in this next video, I'm going to talk about how to build more confidence. Because when you build more confidence, you're automatically going to start feeling more successful. But in order to see that video, I'm going to need you to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. because I got something for you. Get ready to master your mind and possibly even make money online. It's Robbie Cornelius.